Imagine waking up one morning to find that the Earth is no longer the place you knew. The streets, the buildings, the trees, all gone, replaced by endless water. There's no land, no safe harbor, no refuge. What if the entire planet was covered in water? Would humanity survive? Would life endure? And what would such a world look like? Today, we'll explore this chilling scenario. We'll dive into the science, uncover historical parallels, and examine the eerie possibilities of a water-covered Earth. But this isn't just a hypothetical question, it's a stark reminder of the fragile balance that sustains life on our planet. Earth is already a water world, at least in part. Over 71% of its surface is covered by oceans. From space, our planet gleams with blue beauty, earning it the nickname, the Blue Planet. But this image hides a crucial truth. The remaining 29%, the land, is where all terrestrial life thrives. Land is more than just a place for humans to live. It's where ecosystems flourish, where food is grown, where history and culture are rooted. Without it, life as we know it would collapse. Yet it wouldn't take much for the oceans to claim that land. Rising sea levels, shifting tectonic plates, or even cosmic events could drown our planet's surface. But what would it take to truly cover the Earth in water? Let's start with the science. To cover Earth entirely in water, we'd need far more than what already exists in our oceans. All the water from melting polar ice caps would raise sea levels by about 216 feet, not enough to submerge the highest points of land like Mount Everest. For a true water world, we'd need an influx of water from an external source or catastrophic geological events. One possibility is an asteroid made of ice, like a comet, colliding with Earth. If large enough, it could deliver trillions of gallons of water. Another possibility is hidden water within Earth's mantle being released due to volcanic or tectonic activity. Imagine a slow, relentless flooding, where water gushes from below while rising from above. But these scenarios aren't just science fiction. Earth's geological history tells us that such events, though rare, are not impossible. And even smaller changes in sea level, caused by climate change, are already reshaping our world. Let's imagine, for a moment, that Earth has become a true water world. What happens next? Without land, human civilization would face its greatest challenge: survival. Floating cities would become the norm, perhaps anchored to the ocean floor. Submerged homes like those seen in science fiction could become a reality, but survival wouldn't be guaranteed. Farming, for example, would be nearly impossible. Crops rely on soil, sunlight, and stable environments. In a water world, food production would shift entirely to hydroponics or algae farming. Desalination plants would be humanity's lifeline, turning salt water into drinking water. Yet, with limited resources, global populations would shrink dramatically. Wars over food and water could erupt, leaving only the most prepared or ruthless to endure. But humanity wouldn't be the only life affected. In a water-covered Earth, terrestrial species would face mass extinction. From elephants to tigers, from trees to insects, land-based ecosystems would vanish entirely. Marine life might thrive at first, expanding into new habitats. But even the oceans would face challenges. The loss of land-based carbon sinks like forests would accelerate global warming. The oceans, absorbing this excess heat, would grow warmer and more acidic, threatening the very species that rely on them. It's a cruel irony. The oceans expand, but their ability to sustain life diminishes. A water world wouldn't be a paradise, it would be a prison. Earth has experienced extreme scenarios before. During the Cryogenian period over 700 million years ago, the planet was almost entirely frozen over in an event known as Snowball Earth. Though not a water world, it showed how drastic shifts in Earth's climate can reshape the planet. More recently, we've seen smaller-scale floods reshape landscapes. The melting of glaciers at the end of the Ice Age raised sea levels by over 400 feet, submerging vast areas of land. The legend of Atlantis may even stem from such events, a haunting reminder of how the seas can reclaim the land. But the most unsettling truth is that we may already be heading toward a water world. Climate change is melting ice caps faster than ever before, and rising sea levels are swallowing islands and coastlines. By 2100, cities like Miami, New York, and Jakarta could face catastrophic flooding. The actions we take, or fail to take today, will determine whether the oceans continue their slow, steady rise, or if we can halt their advance. Water is the source of life. Yet in a water-covered world it would become the agent of our destruction. Imagine this irony: billions of gallons of water surround us, but we're dying of thirst because we can't drink it. The struggle for fresh water would define this new world, pitting survival against scarcity. It's a haunting analogy for humanity's relationship with nature. We depend on it, yet we exploit it to the point of collapse. What can we learn from this dark vision of the future? Perhaps the most important lesson is that balance is key. Land and water, forests and oceans, they all work together to sustain life. Disrupting one disrupts them all. And as rising seas remind us, the consequences of inaction are irreversible. The time to act is now. In the end, the question of a water world isn't just about survival, it's about the choices we make today. Will we continue down a path that leads to rising seas and lost lands? Or will we take responsibility for the planet we call home? The future is in our hands. But it won't stay there for long. Share your thoughts, take action, and help shape a world where balance is restored. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking explorations of the world's greatest what-ifs. Until next time, stay curious.